I'm going to show you how to remove and replace or remove and add a master link on a single speed bike. This is what they call a fixie bike. It's typically just the run-of-the-mill bikes from years past that had no gears at all. It just basically had the single chain and the single speed. And they have had a bit of a resurgence in the past few years. And when I say past few years, I mean, you know, past couple decades, few years. Only because of the fact that many people are just like, I don't want to deal with all the gears. I mean, you can have up to three chain rings on the front and up to 11 on the back if you're talking about a typical a road bike that would use that kind of stuff. So you're talking 33 possible geared combinations, and people are just like, I don't want that. So what they've done is they said, well, we'll just go back to the single speed, and for the most part, if somebody's on flat ground, then it really doesn't make much difference. You can have you can pedal it at a constant speed, and you have a constant velocity. So what we're going to do is take this off then, and I'll just show you how to remove the master link, and obviously that then opens up the chain. Master links are not typically used anymore because of the fact that people have moved to just simply having all the links just hooked up directly with no shift in the function of each one of the links, because of the fact that they move towards gears, and gears will not work on a multiple gear bike. So that's exactly the reason why it has this. But I like them personally because of the fact that they can be removed quite easily. So let's take a look at that. So in order to explain a little bit about what the master link is and the components of it, you have a retaining clip on the outside with one of the pieces of the master link. It's basically just a flat piece of metal that's been stamped and puts the holes in there. And you have the opposite side, which actually has two pins that poke through, holding the whole chain together. Obviously that's the point. And then of course the pieces then are assembled to do this. And let me go ahead and then remove the retaining clip, and then we can take it from there. It can be somewhat stubborn at times. Luckily I've used a new one. Okay, so now I've removed the retaining clip. As you can see, it's just a simple, it slips on, and it has just a little notch here to be able to keep it in place. Once you remove the retaining clip, then this piece, which is the flat piece, then just comes right off with no problems. And then you can then separate out the other section of the master link, so it now sits as three separate pieces. So again, it's easy to remove and replace without too much difficulty, obviously without trying to jam your finger or pinch yourself. Obviously there are some inherent dangers, but relatively minor, and obviously you don't have to try to break the chain by removing one of the pins, which are machined and are assembled together. Okay, so now I will continue here and say to put this back together and to assemble the master link. Then of course I want to take one end and place it through the one end of the chain, followed by the pin for the other side of the chain. And once I have that there, then it's just a reverse process of taking it off. You put the other piece back on, just make sure I put it on the right way, which is typically to follow the stamp there. So there's that. And then of course we put the retaining clip back over one side, and with the pliers I will just go ahead and lock it in place. And so now the master link is installed.